How come some of us can get fit, get in shape, and lose weight, and others can't? If you are an average person living in Europe, in the US or Japan, with no crippling disease and a job that gives you an average social economic status in your country, you have a lot of control over your life. And if you are not achieving what you want in your personal life, including getting fit and losing weight, it's probably your fault. If you are in the US, you might actually be a victim of the American way of life. For most people, when they hear about the American way of life, they think about affordable homes for the middle class, great job opportunities, education, careers, etc. But this is not totally what it means now. Part of the American way of life is a certain attitude toward life. And that attitude means that sometime after 1945, it's been implicitly decided in this society that life is a non-stop party. Everything should be easy and pleasant. We should not be forced to do anything that is not pleasant or doesn't bring us pleasure. Why do we think that outside of our jobs and studies, everything else should be so easy? Could it be that this society built on wild, barely regulated capitalism is putting so much strain and stress on our lives that when we are off the job, we simply collapse, totally exhausted? It's sad because our personal lives deserve our full commitment. We should be at our best when it comes to taking care of ourselves, not just when we work for our bosses. Still, it seems that in our personal life, we are totally failing because we lack dedication to it. I won't dive too deep into the whys here, but here are the facts. Whether you want to get fit, lose weight, run faster, have a decent body, you will have to work to achieve all that, even if you're not paid for it. People who are able to achieve anything in their personal life do what most people who fail to achieve anything don't want to do. Here, I'm talking about the tough things to do, the things that are uncomfortable to do, the complicated and hard things to do, and of course, the exhausting and tedious things to do.
For somebody who's beginning to meditate, 5 minutes might seem like an eternity, and that's what I experienced during this training. Like I could get to a place where a 7-hour ride didn't feel like that long, and that's really a mental practice. Yes, there's physical discomfort, and the training is athletic and physical, but truly a race like Ultraman all comes down to your mental, emotional, and spiritual state. And that is really the defining characteristic that would define any champion in that regard. And that's really a mental practice.
People who achieve anything worth noticing have a routine in which they keep the pressure on every day, every week, every month, and every year without fail. People who are disciplined don't necessarily end up liking what they do in the various routines they've decided to follow in their lives. They are just highly motivated and understand that most of what they do must involve some dedication in order to reach something more valuable. In other words, successful people have been able to process that most things that are worth achieving are not going to be easy and require a lot of work. For them, it's not just about feeling good all the time and right now, but about feeling good about the few selective things that are worth it and give meaning to their lives. They have made choices, and some of these choices imply that they will not eat that pizza today because they want to look a certain way tomorrow. In other words, Successful people understand that instant gratification is the enemy.
Donuts.
Unsuccessful people have this backward. Most of the time, they are powered by instant gratification. These people will rather have their cake now and look like crap later. They only care about how they feel now and will actively try to avoid doing anything they don't feel like doing, and they will go the extra mile to avoid putting themselves through all forms of discomfort. Basically, in your personal life, you choose who you want to be. So, who do you want to be?